Well, it was all going exceedingly well until I remembered that I'd got a toasted sandwich maker. And not only that, I'd got waffle irons that I'd never used. I've never made waffles. I have now. Um, so I can't think what it was. I was watching YouTube. I don't think anything um, started shouting waffles at me. But anyway, I've just had two yummy waffles. I've got mixture left to make some for Mark when he finally turns up. Um, Naughty but nice. This is what happens. I start off the week with, okay, we'll go back to some Fast 800 stuff, and we did that on Monday. And we did that yesterday lunchtime, and then I made minced beef cobbler with dumplings, which were yummy, and waffles this morning. I can't remember. I haven't even thought about what I'm going to do for dinner. I have dinner at lunchtime mainly. So anyway, I'm sure I'll come up with something. I've got some chicken in the fridge. So this morning I watched a Dr. John Campbell vlog, which was um, optimistic and had some positive stuff in it. It's still speculatory, if that's a word. I think it is. Not easy to say. It's still speculatory, but it's about the Omicron variant, and there's a potential that whilst we'll all be exposed to it, sadly, I know that I've probably been exposed to coronavirus at some point or other. I very much doubt that I've avoided that as much as I've masked, hand sanitized, and social distanced, and stayed home a lot. But he says that we're all going to come into contact with Omicron. There's no doubt about that. But the good news is that it may well be quite mild illness, and because it's used all of its mutation potential to become extra virulent, it may not have the potential to make people really ill, and could become as common as the common cold, because of course the common cold is old coronaviruses, and everybody has the common cold year after year after year. So and if that's the case, if that happens, then we'll be on the home straight, which is just fab news. But obviously it's early days, and I think he cited 2 or 3 papers that he'd looked at, and I'll put a link in the description below. So that's good. I remember one of my psychotherapy trainers talking. Well, no, it wouldn't have been a psychotherapy trainer. Why would it have been a nurse? One of them, a nurse training. One of my lecturers said that over a lifetime, over our lifetime, we come across all the different variants of common cold, and we reach a point as we get older, and I think probably over 60. I think she said. Well, I'm 66. Over 60, you get less and less common colds because you've had the common cold. You have all the antibodies. Which might explain why, when we were over in the UK in October, that we spent a week with my son, who was quite ill with a cold, unusual for him, but really, not well with a cold. And his daughter was very snotty the day we arrived. She sort of improved as the week went on, but I mean, we walked in there, we'd been really worried about going to the UK for obvious reasons. And we walked into the house, and of course, this is my family. I'm not going to be social distancing with them, and I'm not going to be masking with them. My older grandson, 16-year-old grandson, had got a really, really sore throat. And I thought, oh, well, this is where I want to be. These are the people that we wanted to come and see. For me, I wanted to come and see them, and so be it. Whatever happens now, at least I'm with them, and you haven't seen them for 20 months, I haven't seen them for 2 years. So I just thought, well, whatever. And actually, we came away unscathed, and I feel really, really lucky that happened. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. And as I said, I'll put a link in the description. It's wet. Well, it is very wet out there. It's raining. It's windy. It's milder, which is better. And I'm going to put I've got one of those awful poncho things that you just chuck over whatever you're wearing, and it's got a hood and to keep me dry. And I go down and let the chickens out into their run. I'll probably take one look and walk back in, see if there's any eggs. Luckily, there were 2 eggs for me to make the waffles. I gave 6 eggs to my art teacher friend Cleo. Yeah, I sent them with Mark because I haven't got art till tomorrow. Sent her some eggs because we're going to have a lot of eggs. We've got one of our newer hens laying and 2 that will be laying soon. So we're getting 3 a day on average, and we'll soon be getting 5 a day. So it's too much for us. I don't like omelette. I made an omelette the other night because sometimes I just have to use the eggs. An omelette's good if you do like cheese omelette or something like that. Is really good for fast 800 or keto or whatever. It's a really good because it's just protein and some fat and no carbs. But I make them, 1 because I've got eggs and I need to use them, 2 because I think, well, it's a good way for us to not have any carbs, but I don't really enjoy them. And I don't like quiche. And I make quiche sometimes because, again, you've got to use up your eggs. And I make scrambled egg, which Mark likes, and sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. My favourite eggs are fried eggs, but of course I like them fried on toast with butter on the toast and whatever. Anyway, I'll come up with some new ways with eggs, I'm sure. So I hope you're having a brighter day than we're going to have here, and let's hope the news from John Campbell is good. Oh, I'll also put a link into the Zoe cast. I don't watch it much because I find his presentation difficult to follow. He's quite hesitant, and I don't watch it, but it is a really good solid reference point for what's going on. So I'll put a link into that as well. Have a good day.